Hello, welcome to Trust Me, I'm Fat. I'm Starla, and today I'm going to make Irish stew with lamb in it. I have already cut up my lamb. I used shoulder, and I cut it up into pieces about that big, about an inch or so, just what you'd use for stew. So first you want to put a little bit of oil in your pan. I'm using a heavy enameled cast iron pan, and we want to brown our meat. So let me get that going with a little bit of olive oil that I've already put in, and we're going to salt and pepper this. Okay, so I've got my meat browned. Now I'm going to add, each of these are 2 cups. He's okay.
Shrimps.
Hi, Alec.
Shrimps.
Just a minute, we're making stew.
Chicken fries, please. Chicken fries.
Okay, so when the meat is browned, you're going to add some water. I put about 4 cups in here. And I'm putting some beef bouillon cubes in. I have so far put 3. I'm going to put 5 for now. Oops. And then we'll go from there. And while this is simmering for around an hour or so, I'm going to get the vegetables ready. I've got a couple of turnips, some russet potatoes, carrots, celery, onion, just the basics that I think you would put in an Irish stew. So we'll catch you when it's time to put the vegetables in after this is simmered. Hello, this is Alec. And while I'm cutting up my vegetables, I thought we'd introduce you to him. He is our 14-year-old kid, and he has autism, and he makes a lot of noises, usually really happy noises, always telling me a secret. So, if you hear him, he's just happy, and he'll yell for random things sometimes. Okay, we're back. It's been simmering for about 45-ish minutes, and now I'm skimming the top because it has this stuff that's collected at the top of the pot. Because I put the lid on it and didn't touch it. I didn't take that lid off, not once. But it has that stuff. I don't know if you can see it. It won't hurt you. You can leave it in there if you want, but I don't like to. And then there's a little bit of fat on top. So with this little skimmer, it helps to collect the fat off. So I'm just going to take a little bit of it off. Not all of it, just some of it. So it's a little leaner for those of us who are trying to lose a little bit of our bellies. So it's going to need a little bit of water because some of it has evaporated. So I'm going to add, I'll get a couple of cups, and if I add it all, great. If I don't, I don't. We'll start with 1 cup for now. Give this a little stir. We're going to add our vegetables. We have carrots and onions and celery. Looks like the flag, right? For Ireland. Good job. My husband did that. And we're going to add our turnips that we've cut up into chunks. Oh, that one. There we go. They're like little cubes. And this is some potatoes. There's maybe 2.5 cups worth. They're just 5 little tiny potatoes because that's what I had left. So we're going to add all of those and give it a stir. And we do need that other cup of water. There's not enough to cover all the vegetables. So we're going to add a couple of cups. That puts us at 5. So, no, that doesn't. That puts 4. We put 4 cups of water in there. I can't count. They didn't teach math where I was born, I guess. Apparently. That's not true. Okay. I have some rosemary, some thyme, and some marjoram. I don't know how to say that one. And we're just going to add a little bit to this mortar and pestle and crush it. I'd say about, oh, not that much. I don't want it to taste like a tree. So maybe about a half a teaspoon of each one. Just a little bit in your palm, a little. That one looks good. And we're just going to crush these around so that they're nice and smooth. It doesn't take very long at all. That makes quick work of it. And then we're going to dump it right in our pot here. There we go. Now we're going to let this, oh, you know what? We added more water, so we have to add more salt. And the potatoes and turnips just soak it up, so give it some salt and some pepper. And we're going to put some more beef bouillon. We already have 5 cubes in. I'm going to add 2 more. That's going to put us up to 7. And then when we taste it, we'll know if we need to add more or not. Before I feed my family, I'll taste it. So, stir all that together. Oh, I forgot some onions. Oh, there's the rest of my onion. That's a whole onion. There, now I think I got everybody in the pot. It's looking good. So, we're going to let this simmer for about, I don't know, 30-ish minutes, just until everything is soft. So the celery and the carrots will take probably the longest to get soft. And we'll check it in just a little while, and then we'll taste it. Okay, our vegetables are soft. It's been about 45-ish minutes. So we are going to do the finishing touches on our stew here. Whew, that lid is super hot. Yep, I will draw in just a bit. We finish stew first. I'm going to add some browning sauce to help my stew turn brown. Alec. So we've added the browning sauce. We're just going to stir that in. And I'm going to, now we're going to thicken it with a little bit of a cornstarch slurry that we've mixed up. Because if you don't thicken it, then it's soup. If you thicken it, it's stew. Now, if you're worried about having lamb, or you can't find lamb, you can make this with beef. That would probably work just fine. And add some of these vegetables. It'll be closer to beef stew, but not. Because my recipe for beef stew is different than this. Comment below if you want to see how I make beef stew. That is so good. So now it's nice, it's thickening up nicely. And we're going to add some parsley here at the end. This is fresh parsley. And I'm only going to add part of it for now. That's maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons worth. Because I might not want this whole little bowl. That's about a 1/4 cup packed, maybe a 1/3 of a cup's worth. Yeah, it's going to need a little bit more. So, and that's probably all of that I'll put in. And we're going to give it a taste in just a second. Let's see if we can get a little bit of everything in this little tiny bowl that we had the thickener in. Oh, I don't want to eat out of that one. Let me get a different bowl. I'm going to use a clear bowl so you can see it. This will be easier to get a scoop with. It's not as thick as I want it to be, but that's okay. One of my boys prefers it not to be too thick. Okay, we've got a little bit of everything here in this little bowl. Looks pretty good, I think. Let's give it a taste. We have our tasting spoon that we checked for salt just a little bit ago. I want a piece of meat and a piece of... There we go. It's really hot. Ooh, but the meat is super tender. It's like falls apart in your mouth. Just really, really soft. And the vegetables are perfect, and the broth tastes really good. Doesn't need anything else. Yeah, I think the addition of that bouillon was a good idea, because that was my idea when I changed this recipe around. I added a few things. So if you want to try this, let me know if it worked for you. And make sure to click subscribe and share and like the video. And we'll talk to you later. Bye. I don't know what I'm saying.